And we're back, you guys, with another episode of the Beautiful podcast. And I am here with the lovely Miss Ty Cooper, baby. She is like the definition of Southern Belle, but she's brilliant. She's a go-getter. She's a powerhouse. Okay, this woman is like super educated and a super successful businesswoman. And you've also worked with a lot of big names. So tell the people who you are, what you do, okay? And give us a little background.
Oh my God. I think you did. I mean, that was amazing.
It was short, but
I mean, I think that's everything. You know,
really, I can't wait to get into it. Ty, this is one of my really good friends as well. I'm honored to be sitting across from you.
Are you serious?
I am very serious.
I'm the honored one, y'all.
No.
Seriously.
Because what happens is that like a lot of you all that I'm sitting here with that are like my actual friends, when I moved to Atlanta maybe 9 years ago, I will follow you guys and watch you guys. And funny enough, you know how you look at somebody and you're like, I will be friends with her. That's how it happened with Ty. And we actually met through a mutual friend and fell in love, like
literally fell in love
day. So I just want to highlight you. I want to create this space. I know that you do this often, right? You have opportunities. I've seen you've done so much. So I just want to, I want to hear all about you, Ty. So tell us about Ty Cooper.
Yeah, well, I'm Ty Cooper. I'm a beauty expert, HR executive, creative director. I do a lot. I really merge business and beauty very well. Yeah. So, I touch on a little bit of everything.
Yeah, she exudes like elegance, like this is the friend that you call like, how do I sit right? What do pearls go with? Yeah, I don't claim to know everything. I'm confident, but I don't know everything. So she's just my friend that I could really just count on to keep it real and authentic. And she's a girl that's like, go back to work, go back to school. Okay, the entrepreneur stuff is cute, but we got real life to handle,
right?
And so I really love that about you, Ty. So I want to get into a little bit about you, what you do, and just I want to talk a little bit about like your journey in the beauty industry. Okay, let's start there because, as you know, my podcast is called the Beautiful podcast, which is a play on the word beautiful, right?
I love it.
And it is inspired by FT.Tie, which is your company, right? Your beauty company.
Oh.
Yeah. So a lot of surprises here, you guys. We don't wait her because we're busy, so we don't post this stuff. This is all natural, all us. But yeah, so I took the word beautiful and I realized that really being beautiful is more of the inner work than the outer. So really about being you to the fullest, like becoming your true authentic self. And that's what, you get those compliments like, you're so beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you're thinking like, well, what makes me different than anybody else? Right? Because I put on makeup and hair and wigs and weaves and all the good stuff like everybody else. But why do I get that compliment? And I really realized that it's because of we're doing the inner work. So what does the beautiful word mean to you? Like, how do you stay beautiful?
Oh my gosh. So first of all, you doing the play on beautiful and with FT.Tie Cosmetics, which is my brand, I have a cosmetic brand. It's called FT.Tie Cosmetics. And to be honest with you, I'm going to take a step back and have a transparency moment. I think I struggled a lot with, I'm a makeup artist and also licensed esthetician. So I was kind of thrown into the beauty world, right? I was like a little tomboy. I never really liked even wearing makeup or doing makeup, but y'all, I was in college, I was poor, and I just used my talent. And my talent was arching eyebrows and doing makeup. I know, so weird because I didn't like wearing it myself or doing it on myself. But that's how I made money in school. And I think it just evolved from there. And it was like this talent that went even deeper than just the outer.
Yeah.
And people just kept saying, Ty, I think you ought to do this. I think you ought to be a makeup artist. Well, as a Southern Belle, I didn't know what a makeup artist was. I was just
hilarious.
Yes, I was like, oh, okay.
I come from polar opposite. I grew up in Hollywood. So, yeah, you hear about this stuff at 12, 13, 14. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, makeup artist. And I was like, oh, okay, let me try it out. So I started doing it, and I I wasn't making a lot of money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like,
in my
this is a
career, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
It's my talent. I made enough in college, but it wasn't enough to live on.
Yeah.
So I still had my career. So I've just always said, I like now being able to have the opportunity to do both.
Yeah.
To be a businesswoman and also still have the opportunity to have a nonprofit, a 501c3 that gives back beauty scholarships to beauty students.
Yeah.
Which is called the High Beauty Party. And, that was the first thing that I did. And then I said, there's a product line that should go in tandem with that so the proceeds can feed into
That's right.
the nonprofit. And really, FT.Tie Cosmetics was like an afterthought. It was a dream that it would not go away.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, I got the question just the other day when I was doing a speaking engagement. They said, Ty, what made you how can you do both? How can you have all of this and then you're doing your career as an HR executive? And I said, you know what? She, meaning FT.Tie Cosmetics, my brand, she's developing me.
Oh, talk about it.
I was like, wait, yes, my bread and butter as my career, as an executive, I'm like, wait, she's developing me because she made me, God showed me in dreams what she was. I had no idea she would be a part of my ongoing, consistent development as a woman. She's teaching me femininity. She's teaching me how to be beautiful, right? So the customers and everybody is like, they're attached to the brand and the brand is teaching me. I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
So now the dreams and everything that came with now this reality of FT.Tie Cosmetics, it's now speaking to me and everybody that's a part of this mission now where we give back to ourselves and we look good doing it.
Okay. Man, you just said a mouthful, Ty. Really, I'm so intrigued. So let's talk about this for a little bit. So when it comes to FT.Tie Cosmetics, your beauty brand, your beauty industry, things that you've done in the industry, what would you say is like the highlight moment for you?
Wow. I thought I made it when I was on these amazing sets, movie sets, production sets, working with all these different people, celebrities. But to be honest with you, my highlighted moments are when I grace stages to talk about the transformation that's internally. When people put on makeup or when people really, really try to understand their purpose in life.
Yeah.
It is the pulled off the stage moments after I get off the stages and speak. They're like, hey, can you please help me find my identity? Can you help me find who I am? And it's like, okay, you want this lip gloss, but it's deeper than this lip gloss.
Yeah.
Tell me what's going on internally. So those moments to actually minister and be able to motivate women, oh my gosh, that's now evolving.
Yeah.
And the brand FT.Tie Cosmetics is just helping me do that. It's serving as that platform for me.
So it's kind of like you just kind of became a mentor through the beauty industry. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of, what I think about? I think about when you go get your hair done and like your hairstylist is your therapist. You're like, you better not tell my business.
Yeah.
But you feel so good having a moment to just, well, let me just, while you're doing my hair, no, let me tell you all the tea. I'm so bad. They're like, put your head still. Because it's like, it's that therapeutic moment. So, with you speaking about you being in the beauty industry and you're able to see those insecurities that go beyond the makeup.
I had no idea that it was going to do that.
Yeah.
Right? No idea. So that's why a lot of the times when people say, well, follow your dreams, follow your passion. No, follow God.
Okay. And that's what I was going to mention. It sounds like really you got rewarded for obedience. Yeah, because you hear those voices. And a lot of times people think those voices are just inner thoughts, but I call that the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
All right. Because, I believe that if my spirit is aligned with God and I'm hearing inner thoughts, then those ain't my thoughts.
Right.
My brain is thinking about a chicken sandwich.
Right.
Some pickles. right? But those inner thoughts that are like almost prophetic, right? Or just like visionary. Like I can wake up in the middle of the night, and not in a bad way, because I don't have insomnia, baby. When I'm asleep, I'm asleep. Okay. But I can wake up in the middle of the night and be like, I figured it out. I need to do this, right? And for me, I just feel like, again, when you're aligned with God, those inner thoughts are coming directly from God. So I love that you touched on that, because I know a part of us connecting is your faith and how, you know, we are so God-centered. And I know a lot of people say that, and I'm not here to tell you what, how, what, when, why. I'm just going to be me to the fullest. Okay. But we are very God-centered.
Yes.
And I think that's what makes us a little different. And so to that point, how has it been in the industry? Because we hear a lot of stuff in the industry, right? You ain't got to expose nobody. We ain't getting shut down on this here podcast.
Right.
Today, we only on the first couple episodes. But how is it navigating being a faith-based person in an industry that is not?
Wow. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'll say this. I had a dream about being asked that question. I've never been asked that question, but I had a dream about being asked that question. Now, I didn't know it was going to come from my bestie, but our connection has always been just spiritual. You know, it's just automatic, organic. I will say this. I have found myself in a lot of situations where it was BTS, me being a makeup artist, and doing someone's makeup. It could be a prominent celebrity, and we are literally on the floor crying, praying, ministering. Like, I found myself so many instances. It was so crazy. One time it was an artist about to go on stage, and before they went on stage, they had to stop the artist from going out, because literally after makeup, me and this person was literally on the floor, just like in total submission prayer, because this person was about to take their lives. So when you ask me that question, it's like, that's truly the purpose. I realized, okay, God, you are showing me my purpose. It's not about makeup. It's not about any of that. It's like, when you have that connection with someone, what are you doing with it when you're in their presence? Are you going out of self and realizing the need of that person in which you're connecting with?
It's bigger than that. It's bigger than
so bigger than us.
Yeah.
And so the moment I did that, and the moment that I have been doing that, it's really needed. It's more than needed. I just, you know, I want more opportunities to do that. It is scary. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, because I have really, really strong discernment.
Yeah.
And I pray before each and every person I work with or anything like that. So in those moments before I grace that person, and when I'm in their presence, the discernment just hits me, and I'm like, whoa, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm a creative direct, or I'm going to tell them about their business, do the business consulting, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And then I'm going to go
get to the God work.
Yes, because it's the obedience.
Yeah.
And every time I try and turn it off, I get a dream about being disobedient.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Hey, you guys, it's your host, Erica, and I just wanted to thank you for making it this far to the beautiful podcast. You guys, this is a place where you come to get inspiration, motivation, and really just to learn how to be you to the fullest. That is really where true beauty comes from. And because you guys have been here supporting this long, I want to give you guys a little gift. So if you go to my site, I want you to type in BU10 to get a good discount on my shirt, My Man, My God. And this is just a reminder to always depend on the source for all of the goodness and fulfillment that you want to have in your life. All right, you guys, thank you again, and back to the episode. Yes, Ty, I love that answer. I thank you again for sharing that, because I know it's not easy being transparent, but that's why we're here, to have these candid conversations with you all who have been in different industries and can enlighten us on how these moments can just really go deep, right?
Yeah.
And so with that, I want to ask you about going viral.
Oh.
If y'all didn't know, my girl is a superstar, okay, in real life and on all the social medias. All right. I gave her a shirt from one of my companies one time, and I woke up to 1 billion sales, and I'm like, I didn't even know my store was still open, y'all, because it was just one of those times where I was taking a break. And Ty's like, I posted your shirt yesterday. And I'm like, well, that explains everything. All right. So, Ty, you and your husband go viral a lot on TikTok, Instagram too, but I see y'all all over TikTok. Y'all eat that.
Yeah.
So talk to me about going viral. What was the first viral moment you guys had, and how has this impacted or, I guess, affected you guys?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, that was a loaded question.
Okay.
I'll start out by saying that was also by coincidence. Like, I'm not going to say by coincidence.
Just unplanned, maybe.
It was definitely unplanned, and it was a way in which I could heal.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going there.
Okay. Which is why I paused. Because I'm like, it was a way in which I could heal. It was during the pandemic. And I've always been a little self-conscious of, or lacked confidence regarding my height. I'm 4'10", y'all. Get into it. But
personality is 6'2".
Yes.
Get into that.
Small yet mighty. And my husband, so I'm 4'10", my husband is like 6'4", or 6'2". But anyways, I used to struggle a lot with people saying anything about my height. In school, I was always picked on. Like, it was always something, even with like girls saying, oh girl, how you get a man, he over 6 feet, you know, you give him the God did, seriously. And so a part of that, I was like, you know what, it's 2020, we're in the house, nothing to do, let me just do a video. And the video was a play on me being short and him being tall. And my husband, he is not the extrovert. So he was like, nah, babe, like, we know.
This ain't me.
This ain't me. What you doing? I was like, just get in the video. So we did this video, and it was a play on me being short and him being tall. And it, like, went 2 million, and it just kept going. And people were on there, like, blasting me, like, oh my God, he's with this little girl. Oh, like, y'all. And then it was these other people that was like, oh my God, y'all love it so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my God, queen, da 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 da. And I was
the grown-ups.
yes, the grown-ups, the serious, educated,
right, unignorant,
mindful, very demure
grown-ups, the dreamers of the world.
Yes. So it was that way that we actually found a community of people that just loved our love.
Yeah.
And it also ministered and helped me through pain, because I was struggling with something, and TikTok helped me and all our followers just kind of helped pour back into me, and that pain then became my strength.
So, man, that's amazing. And shout out to your husband, okay? Because
Justin Cooper, yes, you can follow him, but only on social media.
Oh, because don't play with it.
Don't play with it.
So, okay.
No.
How, okay. So now, after you guys had this viral moment. Did they pay y'all?
Yes.
Did we get a check?
So that's the other thing. Yes, we did get checks. Plural.
Still get.
Yep. Because after you reach like a certain amount of followers, then you can turn on that feature to start getting paid.
I bet that smooth things over for Mr. Dustin.
Yes. He was like, helped. Keep the videos coming.
You know what they like? You know, yours might. No, so, okay, but let me ask you this, and I'm probably going to get a little deep here, too.
Okay.
In the situation where, you know, you have your man and your husband who is the leader and the head of the household, right? Because we're Southern Belles.
Yes.
Okay, I'm from the West Coast, but, you know, I like to think sometimes I'm a Southern Belle. Okay. And how does it feel being sometimes in the leadership role when you are still creating space for your husband to be the man and do what he does, right? I just want to talk a little bit about that, because I meet a lot of women who are dynamic and who are powerful, and you got to make room for that that man to do what he does, even though you are brilliant, you have a lot of good ideas, you take leadership in some positions, but it can be hard trying to balance that femininity, masculinity, leadership, being submissive. It's a lot. I mean, I've lived it myself. So I want to hear from you, Ty, how that happens for you.
Wow. You know, you touched on the femininity and you touched on masculinity. Well, as a type A, yes, that's me. I'm very driven. I'm also very outgoing. But, you know, a lot of the times I don't think females realize that we do possess masculine energy, controlling energy. And in marriage, at least I could, speaking for myself, in my marriage, it was really important that I got God to bless me with a man that was secure first. Because we started out not having anything together. My drive, everything, yes, it's out of control.
So it was like, this is yours, this is mine. We got a couple things that are ours.
It's always been ours.
Okay.
So, say for instance, in my career or whatever it is that I am doing, I never ever looked at my check as my check.
Yeah.
It's our check.
Yeah.
It goes in a bank account and we spend it because I realize the word submission is a submission.
Let's pause there for a second. Let's pause there. But we got people, we got the backgrounds with the hands up and the silent claps and snaps. Okay, break it down. Ty, please give us more of that.
Okay, so real short and sweet. It's a submission. Think of it as two words. A lot of people think of submission, I'm submitting to my husband, I'm doing whatever he asks me to do. No. When you're in a marriage,
you're on a mission.
You are on a mission.
Yes.
You're on that mission together, though. So you have to strategically plan everything in which you do. You know, back in the day, marriage was never for love.
I'm about to get up because I gotta go. It was never they don't want to hear that.
Well, it wasn't. I'm just here to tell you, it was not for love. It was for business.
But it doesn't mean that you can't love one another or have love.
Absolutely.
But it's just more to it.
Exactly. Okay. But that's where sub and mission also falls into place. So now, in this day and time, you can have both. Absolutely. So I had to be able to love my husband. I had to be able to have this mentality of sub and then the mission, because we have to complete a mission together. In order for us to break generational curses, it can't be, oh, he's jealous of me or I'm jealous of him based on his success. No, it's our success. His success is, and my success, we share it. Yeah. It's together. It's a submission. So whenever I do have these amazing moments of, success, he's like, babe,
yeah,
you killing it. And there's times that I have to settle back down and help his success. He does the same thing for me. So that's the sub in the mission. Are we doing something and creating this mission together?
I love that, girl.
People don't get that.
I love that because, it's a lot of things. And this is another reason why I did this podcast, because I knew that we were going to bring something different. I have... all that was good?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can start with why you started the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes. We got to get into that.
I started the podcast for several reasons, but because I knew that we were going to offer something different. For each of my friends, each of the guests that are on here are handpicked. You all are not here because it was by chance or whatever the case is. Again, when I talked to God, I knew who to reach out to, not by my own will, but through obedience. And I just, again, I knew that you were going to bring a different flavor and the things that we need to hear, because we're in a space where social media is just taken over, and it's just, you have so many thoughts, whether good or bad, and Satan is very conniving and very sneaky and very slithery, okay? So things that sound good to the ear may be bad for the soul. So for me, I'm not in a space where my platform can make or break me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is all purpose driven. So I love to be sitting across from someone who shares those same sentiments in everything that you do. You are so purpose driven. That is, to me, the number one asset about you is that I see you doing everything with a purpose. And I love that. Yeah, I just got to give you your flowers in that moment. So I want to get into some more things with you. So let's talk about who these celebrities you work with. I mean, I ain't asking you to spit a tea on them, but I just want to know, I want to highlight some of the accolades of working with these big names, because you yourself are a big name. But I want to know some of these people that you worked with, Ty. I know about Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
But I don't know everybody. So give me your resume.
Well, so I'm very mindful, wise at this point.
Okay,
So
yeah.
if they're not writing checks,
Okay. Moving right along to the next question. So
no.
Okay.
Seriously, I think so. To that point, I've been very blessed to have my name presented in rooms
Yeah.
that I have not sought after.
Yeah.
I cannot take the glory for that. I have to give God all the glory, because
right.
every single opportunity has been organic. But
yeah, those thou shall not be named.
Yes.
But I love that, though, because there is still a certain humbleness about you that I love and I look up to. Because, like I said, you've done so much, but you still remain Ty. So what are some of the things that you do to keep you grounded? Even though you do enter these rooms with these big names, but you're able to have these people on the floor crying with you out to God. So there is something that is like, that's just in you, right?
Yeah.
That keeps you being you in every room that you step into. So because I am climbing heights myself, because there are other people who wish to be in that same position, what are the ways that you stay grounded?
wow, my family, God. So I was raised in the church. My mother, Mary, Luada Roberts, love does not play.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest of 7, so she really kept us grounded in church. And my family, my sisters, I love and adore. My husband, he keeps me also grounded.
The husband will humble you.
Very much so. He's a silent giant. A lot of people are like, "Oh my God, Ty, you're so extroverted. Oh my gosh, But to be honest with you, I go home and I'm just a baby with him.
Oh, I love it.
I'm a baby with him. And it's funny that you bring that point up about how I enter rooms. I always enter rooms with a smile. Before I go anywhere, I pray. Just like here, before coming here, I'm like, God, use me how, you want me to be used on Erica's platform.
Yeah.
Whatever that needs to reach the audience, speak through me. So I always come with a humility. So much so that sometimes I have to put people in their place, because they may see me as, right, this
Beautiful, kind, sweet.
Yeah, this little
kind of little
sweet,
passive or pushover kind of thing.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. And then this
Other
humongous
Yeah.
side or the side of me that comes out, that is your executive, that is your boss, that is, that's my MO. I play no games.
Yeah.
Because if I have to throw out credentials and, hey, I have 3 degrees, don't mess with me.
Yeah.
I have to do that. But I don't do that on purpose unless it's
Necessary.
unless it's necessary. So I come, right.
Yeah.
So I come with a smile. I
Yeah.
come with humility, and that also breaks down walls for people.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you're being yourself, they know I can be myself. I can't really come with that mask on, because this discerning powerhouse of a woman is walking into this room with this smile that is authentic.
Yes.
Okay. And if I challenge
Don't hear that.
it will challenge me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know a little bit about
love that. I love that. And sometimes when you enter a room as well, and I know you know this, people can pick up on whether or not you can pick up on them too.
Okay. this is the thing. And that's why for me, part of the Be Beautiful podcast, I'm going to show up here myself. I'm going to tell my jokes. I'm going to make my funny faces. I'm going to be this is me in real life. You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like people can tell whether you know that you have discernment or not. There are a lot of people that are watching who can tell who's being fake, who's being real, who's being phony. And I just don't have time, because if you begin or start off inauthentic, you know, and then it switches up, it's just not a vibe.
Switches up.
It's not a vibe, you know. So I love that you mentioned that. It does. It does. And I know, like I said, you have a lot of experience in this realm. So being able to keep it real.
Oh.
Now, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Has keeping it real gone wrong for you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All the time.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely.
Tell me about that.
And all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and I that's not for me to ever worry about.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, because one thing I'm very secure in, and can, you know, it's still a process of progress, is when God speaks to me, I know when he has spoken to me, because some of the things that are revealed to me, I know I would never know that. But the person is usually like, oh my gosh, how did you know that?
Yeah.
Whether they receive it or they don't receive it, that's not on me.
Yeah. You've done your job.
I've done my job. So it happens all the time, but I've never gotten someone that ever didn't receive it and not come back and say, it took me a year. But what was said and how you did X, I totally understand, and I thank you. And I'm like, don't thank me, thank God. It wasn't me. So yes, it's gone wrong all the time, honey, but
yeah,
you know, it's not for me to tango with. God, you got it, okay.
Moving on. Yeah.
Moving on.
I love that. Did you always know you were going to be successful?
Oh, no, not at all. You know what? Growing up, I didn't know I was poor. No, seriously.
Oh.
No, for real. Like, as I got older, I realized that mayonnaise and a piece of bread
Was not
very, yes. I realized.
very toasted.
There was no toaster. So yeah, I didn't realize that I grew up poor. Like really poor. Like I was like going to the store, like, you know, I remember these long blocks of cheese. Why don't they sell these long blocks of cheese in the store? Like, I remember. Yeah. And it was like, no, that was actually welfare cheese. And we stood in a line to get that welfare cheese. And it was a block, because that's how they gave it out, in a white box. So literally I had suppressed every single thing in my head that was a struggle in order for me to push and move forward. And literally 2 years ago, everything started coming back to me. Like,
you actually struggled.
That I actually struggled. My mom played it off so, like, y'all, that government cheese, she used to make the best macaroni and cheese that I used to. So every single thing, like, we lived in the projects, but she would always select the newest projects.
I love that.
You know?
I love that, because it sounds like, because some people will use struggle as like a reason to make excuses and a reason to do the wrong thing.
Yes.
Right? And it's like, because I came from struggle.
Right.
But then you have people like you, and I've never heard this before. You've kind of suppressed the struggle.
Yeah.
And kind of lived in this delusion of like,
it was the Lulu.
yeah,
It was really
that is the Salulu, you know? You lived in this delusion, which propelled you to your new heights.
Yes.
And now, baby, ain't a struggle in the sight.
What's a struggle?
It's not one, because I've been to the house. I've seen the cars. I've seen the acres. And but again, you're still so humble. So it's shocking to me that you've struggled.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because you talk about entrepreneurs, and that was a bad word. Bad word. Entrepreneur, bad word. You're poor.
Oh.
You're poor. Okay. Entrepreneur, you work for someone. Yeah. But that was, you know, that came from my mom.
Yeah.
You know, and I think the struggles was suppressed. I was also told that, you know, Ty, you're never going to be anything because you can't read.
Now, who said it?
Oh. Ty, you're never going to be anything because you have dyslexia.
Oh. I'm learning these things about my dearest friend that I've known for 5 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, Ty, you're never going to be anything because you're in special ed. So, y'all, I got a big face and I don't want to cry, but there's definitely some struggles.
But you are standing here 3 degrees in, multiple successful businesses, a successful marriage,
Yeah.
and more to come.
And more to come. Like, I never thought my life would have this trajectory of, you know, me being head of HR, chief of human resources for this, you know, having the multiple degrees, having real estate, you know, and all these different like things, even beauty, having a beauty company, like just this, like it's just ongoing. And I just allow God to just move, you know, but a couple of years ago, it was like a light. I was in deep submission. I was in depression deeply, and I didn't even know it.
Yeah.
The TikTok videos that we made, I stopped making them because I gained a whole ton of weight, and I was like, why am I gaining all this weight? And then all of a sudden,
It hit you.
it hit
See,
me.
that quiet depression?
Ooh, it's something else.
A little different.
It is something else.
Yeah. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to take it back quite a bit. I'm a person who I don't know much about struggling. And I say that with humility because there's nothing to brag about. Obviously, my mom was a single mother and worked her butt off so that we too did not notice that.
Right.
Because we didn't struggle. We grew up in the suburbs, but we were the only single family household in the community. Yeah. So everybody had a husband. Everybody had 2 parents in the household. Everybody had double income. So there were ways that we were lacking, but I can't say we were struggling. So sometimes it feels like I have to pull from a different place, right? Because I'm not running from my past. I'm just running towards the future. And it's kind of like that same thing. So I love that you shared that because there is some similarity there. There's some symmetry in the fact that we are blocking out everything else but what's in the front, right? Yes. And so for my girls who are kind of stuck in the past or stuck in the trauma, right? Stuck in the bricks, the ton of bricks of life that are holding them down. What is your words of advice for them? How do they push through? How do they get over these obstacles and these handcuffs, right? Because life be lifing.
Life be life.
And you cannot deny the obstacles that are so big and grandiose.
Yes.
So what is your words to them?
Wow. You know, Erica, I love this platform. And I love the fact that we could be transparent. And I will say this. I don't know if it's advice, but what I will share is what I did. And if this reaches whomever, then receive it, grab hold to it, and run for dear life. And that is, I had to pull myself up. I had to pull myself up and out. I had to realize I had to reach Ty.
Yeah.
I had to reach Ty. Yes, I have my husband. Yes, I have my family. Yes, I have my friends. But I had to center with Ty. Ty, what do you want? Ty, what do you want? I had to realize, girl, you gained 40 pounds. Where did they come from? But that required some selfishness, right? It had to require me looking deep, like, why aren't you on camera? Oh, I'm not on camera because I have all this weight on me now. Oh, I'm not. So I had to not think, oh, well, this is affecting me and it's my job or it's this. No, it's Ty.
Yeah.
It's Ty. And so whenever you're trying to dig yourself out, you got to start talking to yourself.
Yeah.
Girl, you got this.
I think a lot of women, a lot of people probably, but a lot of women are afraid to go to that ugly place.
Ooh.
We're afraid to go to the place that's hurt and the place that's been done wrong. And we're afraid to, because you know what happens there? We got to fix it. We got to fix it. Once you know the culprit and the source,
Yep.
it doesn't change the responsibility. You now have to fix it.
You know what? You're absolutely right. The way I fixed it, girl, you be on it. Yes.
Yeah.
The way I fixed it was I saw it as revenge.
Ooh.
My revenge.
Yeah.
Ty, they called you this, they called you that. Well, yes, God said revenge is mine.
Yeah.
But then I said, okay, you call me this, so now I'm going to do this.
Yep.
The person that actually said I was never going to be anything, this person was very, 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 very close to me and within my family. But I did revenge, and I said, okay, I can't read, and I may have been in special ed a year or two. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that I not just get 1 degree, but 2 master's degrees. I'm going to show you that, oh, okay, entrepreneur was a bad word. However, let me show you how as successful you can be as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Okay, so I started digging into, okay, I gained this weight and I got comments, right? Girl, you gained some weight. This and that. Well, watch me work.
Oh, quite literally.
Yes.
Watch
so
me work
it was the reverse. Yes, exactly.
And make contents and make a check from it.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah. You know, out of your pain comes a lot, because out of that we got VH1 reaching out to us to do a show. We got the Real Housewives reaching out to be a part of different shows. And so we've been given these opportunities out of pain. But it was really a part of like, no, you said X, so now I have to show you.
Yeah.
God, help me. Help me show him, Lord.
Yeah, no, for real. You've just inspired me so much. Really, being my friend, I've never told you this. I don't think I have, and this is not for camera purposes, because we don't do that around here. All right. But you inspired me to go back to school. Yeah, you did. You did. I'll be finished next year.
Oh my God.
And we're going to Greece. So you will be
are
there.
going.
We are going to Greece. So y'all come back. If you know, episode 264.
Right.
I'll come back and know that,
Greece.
yes, we'll be in Greece celebrating. But you showed me that, Ty, because I watched you be a powerhouse. I watched you be a wife, and I watched you be a business mogul, and I watched you be a scholar. And you've taken me along this journey, like really like the big sister I don't have, because I'm the only girl out of 5. So I needed to see that example. Yeah, because I was surrounded by entrepreneurs and people who do business, but not people who were in corporate, right? Not people who were doing corporate and business life.
Yes.
So to be able to see somebody killing it in that regard made me feel like, ooh, I can really be myself now.
Right.
I was trying to keep up this little image. It wasn't giving what it needed to give. And through that, I've birthed so many things because of you just being you to the fullest. So I want to tell you that I appreciate you, and just thank you for being a friend that really just, takes me as I am. I have called you crying, threatened to call your mom if you don't answer.
Yes.
Yeah, I have, because for me, I have a place for every friend that I have in my life. And I know everybody's not like that. So, take what you can from these moments, leave what you don't. Like, it's like take the meat and leave the bones. Yeah. Right. But I do have a purpose for every friend in my life. And you are one of my friends that I really, truly know that God blessed me with. So I thank you for that. So I want to give you a little gift.
Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm so extra.
A Birkin. Okay, baby.
Yes! No.
Not a Birkin. It's not a Birkin.
I don't care what it
Let's
is.
open it. Let's take a look.
All right, I have to open it?
You do.
Oh, no.
It goes with the segment, girl. Open a gift.
I like to go in secret and open gifts, y'all, just so you know.
It's
because I like to savor it. And
not the Birkin, babe. It's not the Birkin.
Let's
We're gonna open it.
Let's see. Let's turn to the camera.
Yes, turn to the camera. Yeah.
Come on, Vision.
A golden ticket.
Come on, Purpose.
She has a golden ticket.
Oh, my gosh. My my God, okay?
So with that, Ty, I know you're going to rock it well because you're super stylish. What does this statement mean to you?
Oh my gosh. We keep hearing the term, my man, my man, my man. Who sent you that man?
Oh.
Who's going to send you that man?
Oh.
When you get that man, who's always number one? Come on. It is my God.
Yeah.
You can flip that, you know. I love my husband.
My girl will cut it off, make a shoulder off T-shirt. Did you says my God? I love that.
I love my man. Yes, I am married. I love my husband, but I know the source that keeps our marriage together after 19 years.
Oh. How can you be married for 19 years when you look like you're 19?
Thank you.
How does
I've been married for 17, together for 19.
Yeah.
But
but I love that. I love you saying that God is the source and God sent you that good man. Because again, a lot of people will look at my shirt and say, it's man bashing. You don't love man, baby. I love me some man.
yeah.
A little too much. A little too much. God, if you're hearing me. No, I need a break. I need a break. But I'm not, I love and honor, and there is absolutely a place for a man. It's just balance. It's yin and yang. Like,
Oh, yes.
so this is not a man bashing T-shirt
No,
at
it's
all.
not.
No. But really, I wanted to speak volumes to my women who have not yet received that man, and to let you know that just because the man is not in the picture just yet, you still have God. You still have God, which is the true source to your happiness and fulfillment, and really to rely on that.
Yeah.
Rely on that, because you don't want to rely on something that can be altered or changed by a human. We are always changing, always evolving, right? And so we're coming to the end of this, but just on that point, how has it been navigating a 19 or a 17-year-old marriage?
Yeah.
I know you guys have changed and grown and gone through so many ups and downs. And how do you stay happy and together and cohesive in that moment?
You know, I'll call out something.
Okay.
Also on this shirt, my man is in small letters. My God is in big letters. In any relationship, God should always come first.
Yeah.
So even being in a 17-year marriage, we evolve, we're flesh. You know, we go through ups and downs, we change, and we evolve. So we have to keep God first. Like me and my husband literally shut down social media, phones, like literally TV, everything, and we just pray all over our house. We'll go outside and pray. So it's always God in the center, because there's sometimes that Ty will get on my husband's nerve, okay? I will literally get on his nerve. He will get on my nerve sometimes. But if God is not center, he gives us direction.
Right.
Right? Of, okay, Ty, you need to handle your husband this way. Okay, God, well, I didn't know that. Well, I need to take a step back. Same way for my husband. You know, make sure, be gentle with her during this time because of X. I cannot, and we don't ever say, okay, husband, I'm going through a depression right now, so help me.
Yeah.
He doesn't know, right?
Right.
But God revealed to my husband, literally in his sleep, the depression that I was going through. So actually, God revealing that to him, he helped minister me through it.
Yeah.
So if we didn't have God first in our lives, we also have to remember we are individuals.
That's a fact.
Because your husband is saved, or because you're saved, right, or you know God, doesn't mean your husband is going to get into heaven, right? Everybody has their walk.
Their individual responsibility.
Their individual responsibilities.
Yeah.
Even how you treat that friend.
Yeah.
Or even how you treat that spouse.
Yeah.
It really, let God lead you. And so that's truly been our mission. We always go back to that. We have to fast sometimes and say, okay, enemy, we see you trying to attack our marriage right now.
Yeah.
So, God, help.
Yeah.
We always go back.
I love that. And what I hear is that it's important to, again, submit to the mission. Okay. And when you are both submitting to God, you then submit to one another.
Yes.
You know, and it's not a weakness, it's a strength to submit, because not everybody's able to do it. And it's not easy.
It's practice. It's like muscle memory.
Yeah, for sure. Ty, you are just amazing. Again, you are a beacon of light. Okay. I cannot wait to do this more with you. And I just want you to tell the people where they can find you on social media.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, y'all, it's truly been a pleasure. Erica, I love you so much. You can find me, and thank you so much for being on this platform. I don't even want to talk about myself. I'm just so happy and so proud of what you have done, what you're doing. Oh my gosh. So y'all, this
It's happening.
It's manifestation. Yes, it's happening. This podcast, this whole setup is amazing, y'all.
Thank you, Ty.
Listen, we're not here for ourselves. Even though we have to work on ourselves,
For sure.
the mission is to support. The mission is to pour back. The mission is to heal and just be there for each other. And sis, I give you, listen, I don't know if these flowers, I'm going to give you these flowers. Set this on.
I'll take the
But
flowers.
when I tell you, oh my gosh, I am so proud of you. I watch everything that you're doing. I continue to pray for you every single
best
day. You're in my
That
prayers.
is the best gift that
Yes.
anybody can ever give me is prayers.
Yeah.
But buy some too, y'all. Click the link.
Absolutely. I will also be, you'll see this on my site as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
There will
You
be
don't
a link
look viral again.
Yes. So, yeah, y'all can follow me at Ty Cooper. Ty is spelled Tie, like the bow tie. But yeah, on all my social media platforms is at Ty Cooper, TikTok, Instagram, all of the above, and everything else will be tagged there. Me owning FT.Tie Cosmetics, that's there. You know, me and my husband, we actually do real estate and flipping and interior design. So everything is there. If you follow at Ty Cooper, you'll get connected.
Yes. Thank you so much again. You guys, don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, and share. Okay. Let this episode be a blessing to somebody. Okay. Don't try to keep all the gems to yourself, please. All right. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you guys on the next episode of the Beautiful Podcast. Ciao. Mama say, mama sa, mama kusa. Mama say, mama sa, mama kusa.
Sis,
I love you.
I love you more. And I got my shirt.